Good afternoon. Welcome to Jim Munley's World of Weather. Clicked on to long-range weather forecast discussion for June 9th to 21st, June 9th to 13th. Pattern remains unchanged. We have a trough here. We have a trough over eastern Canada. And we have a ridge across south-central U.S. with above normal heights across much of the nation. The trough in the northwest will cause precipitation this weekend with the heaviest amounts expected over the favored terrain of the northwest and northern Rockies. Some of the highest elevations could see some snow. Showers and storms will be possible for the north central plains eastward and to the east. June 12th to 16th. Here at the 12th, the pattern will gradually evolve to a more summer-like pattern with the progressive flow across the northern border. That will be the westerlies here. But at the start of the pair, we saw our trough and ridge configuration. And then as we go, lost control of the mouse. Okay. And as we go through the period, as we approach the end, you start seeing that the flow kind of relaxes. We have our westerlies across here. We have our ridge across south central states with above normal heights across much of the nation. Still have our trough here across the northwest. And then we come to the 16th. And you can see it is pretty much, looks like summer across much of the nation. And then we look at the rest of the models. They're in fairly good agreement. This European deterministic still keeps the trough, but this trough is more offshore, but still kind of like a northwest flow across the northeast. And we look at the rest of the models, they're in good agreement. So for this forecast period, I am forecasting areas of below normal temperatures for parts of the west coast and the northeast, the northern mid-Atlantic, and expecting anomalies to be about 4 to 6 degrees below normal, and we have above normal temperatures across much of this area here. And I'm forecasting anomalies to be 2 to 12 degrees above normal, and have a wide range because here will be the highest anomalies, 12 to 18 degrees above normal, and the lower anomalies will be across some of the other areas, about 2 to 4 degrees. So I did it that way. And for precipitation, calling for near to below normal precipitation for the west and for the southern plains and for the northern mid-Atlantic and the northeast. Probability of occurrence is 35 to 40%, and then I have above normal precipitation forecast here, and that would be the probability of occurrence is 45%. June 12th to June 17th to 21st. The pattern will be in transition phase, and the amplifying troughs forecast of Aleutians with a ridge forecast across the Gulf of Alaska, and an amplifying trough over the Aleutians will result in the recurvature of a tropical cyclone over the northwest Pacific, and I went over that yesterday. And the recurvature in the trough across Asia will favor lowering heights across much of the nation. So as a result, I'm going to show you what's going on here. Here's the flow, and the heights will be lower in this GFS, and then we look at the, what is this, European ensembles? The GFS ensembles, and then we have the European ensembles, but they're not as extreme as like we had back here. So for this forecast period, I am forecasting above normal temperatures for the western states from the Rockies to the Pacific coast. And I'm forecasting anomalies of 4 degrees above normal, and near normal temperatures are forecast for the remainder of the nation due to possibility of lowering heights. And for precipitation, I'm calling for near to below normal precipitation for the Rockies, and the probability of occurrence is 45%, and we have above normal precipitation from the plains to the Pacific to the Atlantic coast, and the probability of occurrence is 45%. And a climate note, this came out today from the NCDC Center. As for May, the average temperature for the U.S. was 65.4, which is 5.2 degrees above the 20th century average. And this suppressed the previous May record of 64.7 set in 1934. And during a meteorological spring, that's March through May, the warm May more than balanced the cold April. The seasonally average temperatures for the lower 48 was 52.4, and that's 1.5 degrees above the average, and ranked as the 22nd warmest spring on record. And the first 5 months of 2008 were ranked by a large month-to-month swing in temperatures. But when averaged, the U.S. temperature was 45 degrees, and that's 1.6 degrees above the 20th century average, and was the 21st warmest January through May on record. And the May precipitation for the U.S. was 2.97 inches. That's 1.60 inches above average, and ranked near the middle of the 124 period of record. And subtropical Umberto made landfall along the Florida Panhandle, bringing heavy rains to the southeast. Both the spring and the year-to-date precipitation totals for the U.S. were near average but mass regional extremes. And the spring precipitation was 7.91 inches, slightly above average, while the year-to-date precipitation total was 12.66 inches. And that's 0.27 inches above average. So that's the long-range weather forecast discussion for June 9th to the 21st. Thanks for coming to Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.